Hey everybody, it's ADIA. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video talking about, this is the Byredo Prismic Eyeshadow Palette. And this came out just a couple of weeks ago, and literally the day that it came out, I drove to the Byredo store in San Francisco and bought it because I just could not stop thinking about this. Like, I think I saw it on Trend Mood maybe like a couple of days before it came out, and I was just like, wow, this eyeshadow palette is insane. I had never tried any of the Byredo eyeshadows, and so I was really curious about the formula. These kind of colors are just so beautiful. There's so many one and done shimmers in here. And then as far as the mattes, they're definitely like my vibe in terms of the mattes. And so I just was like, you know what, Adia? You deserve it. You work hard. It's been a hell of a 12 months. Go ahead and buy the eyeshadow palette. So I bought it, and I just kind of wanted to do, as always, a very like approachable, wearable, feminine, soft makeup look. But I wanted to use this palette because if you're like me and you like the easy, kind of low-key glam type of makeup looks, then something like this can be like intimidating. Or you could look at this and be like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, there's no like mid-tone brownish orangey transition shades. There's no browns at all. There's nothing neutral in the palette whatsoever. So it's like, what can I do with this? And there's a lot you can do with this. So I'm going to do like a really simple makeup look today with this, and then let me know if you want to see more looks using this palette, just so that whether you buy this palette or have a similarly colorful palette of your own at home, you can get a sense of how can something like this work for me? How can these types of shades work for me? Can you wear these types of eyeshadows in a more like, I don't want to say natural, because like obviously none of these colors are naturally found in your skin tone. So I wouldn't say they're necessarily like natural, but I do think that you can wear bright eyeshadows in a very fresh way that doesn't look heavy and overdone and cakey, in a way that doesn't look super like juvenile. Like, I'm in my 30s. I can wear colorful eyeshadow and not look like I'm a 13-year-old. So if any of these sentiments resonate with you, then keep on watching and let's play with this makeup palette. Oh yeah, by the way, my base is already done. I will link or list below what I used. I'm very drawn to like this mint green and the blue, just because I normally don't wear those kind of shades, and they're just like really beautiful. Like, look at this. There we go. It's a very vibrant like teal color, but it has a little bit of shimmer. It's not totally flat matte. Here it is. It's like, see, like this, it looks like almost like there's a little bit of warmth to that. So that makes me feel like it will be more flattering on brown skin, and it won't look, it's not gonna look chalky. Because sometimes, you know, pastels, when they get against brown skin, they just look like white and chalky, and it's like they lose their saturation. So this is definitely maintaining the same pigmentation on brown skin, which is really nice. And this eyeshadow formula feels very unique. Like, it's powdery, but then it's like creamy almost. Like, this, I can't compare it to another eyeshadow formula, just the way it feels. It's definitely more powdery than like Natasha Denona, because I feel like Natasha Denona's shadows are kind of more dense. It's like powdery, but it's pigmented and almost like, and very like creamy. Like on my hand as I'm blending it in, it almost seems like a cream. Super unique. Okay, let's see what the blue is like. This is the blue. How pretty is this? Wow. This is like a bluey purple kind of shade. You see that? Like it's, yeah, there's definitely a lot of purple to it. So it's not a totally flat color. Like there's a little bit of sheen. I wouldn't quite call it like metallic, but there's definitely, as you can see, like some sheen. So I feel like it's kind of, maybe it's like one step above satin. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but wow, that blue is really pretty also. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna just go with the green. I'm gonna stick with this color. All right, this is a Zoeva brush. It's just like a flat, like dome shaped kind of brush because I really want to pack this on my eye. Wow, that's really pretty. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. There, you see that? I literally just tapped that in. This is really, really pretty. I did not prime my eyelids with anything, although I should have at least like set it with powder, but this is going on like beautifully. Wow. Like it's really just like applying so nicely. Look at that. This is so pretty. Like honestly, like as a one and done, you could just buff this into the crease, put on some mascara, and just look at that. So pretty. I'm gonna use more than one shade just to kind of see how they layer and blend. But wow, this is really nice. I think this color looks really good against brown skin. I mean, honestly, I think this kind of color will look good all skin tones as long as it's pigmented enough so that the pigmentation is not lost on different skin tones. I think anybody could wear it really. I'm kind of just mixing between like patting it and like sweeping it on my eyes. Like I'm patting it more on the lids, but then I'm like sweeping it more, like turning my brush like vertically and then just kind of like sweeping it like this just to like blend it out. And I'm kind of like going like up. I like don't want to put anything else on. This is such a gorgeous color. Look at that. Okay, but I'm gonna do more just to like play with a little bit more. So you know what? I'm just gonna take the blue. I'm gonna take the blue that's right next to it, this one, and do that on the, maybe, should I do it like a halo eye or just on the outside? Let me get a different brush. All right, I'm gonna just get this little Colourpop brush and kind of do this along the outside just to kind of see, just to add like a tiny bit of depth. So I'm kind of just doing the corner here and sweeping it out a little bit. Like out and up into like the tail of the brow. Kind of like the mermaid vibes. Wow. I like this. And I'm not like a blue and green kind of person, but I think because this is more wearable because it has that sheen. So it's not like patchy and you can like blend it into the skin and create like a gradient very easily, but it's not like overly metallic so that it's like too intense or too bold or dramatic so that it can't really be done in like a more lighthearted way. So I feel like because it's in the middle, it really is wearable on the skin. And these, you can actually use these wet, but I'm getting such great payoff dry, you know, with no primer at all. But I imagine if these were wet, you could definitely get them to be much more metallic. This is nice. I really like this. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I feel like I wanna do something like interesting in the inner corner. But I also am just like, okay, I actually like how this is looking. I don't know. Okay, so I was gonna do this color, but this is too jarring. I feel like this purple color right there looks kind of nice. That's this color. All right, I'm gonna use this little Morphe brush. I'm gonna kind of like go like up like that. Like the inner part into the brow bone, kind of. Like this color, yeah, you can see it. It's like, it's interesting. It has like a lot of like silver glitters. What do you guys think? I kind of like it. Like you can see it, but it's not like too dramatic, I don't think. Like it's just, it adds like a little bit of depth, but it's not like too much, I don't think. Like I think this is a color that you could like layer and build up, but I don't really want it to be built up. I want it to just be kind of lighter and just to create more of that shadow and depth. I think this is cool. This is like very different for me, but I'm not mad at it. Okay, so then for underneath the eye, I'm going to take this blue. Oh wow, this is really pigmented. Shoot. I'm just like very lightly doing it. And I'm basically like focusing on the outer part. See, that's the difference? That definitely just kind of helps like ground it and just makes it look more finished. Like I don't always put color on the bottom, but I do feel like sometimes you just need something to just like finish it off. Yeah. Okay. That was actually kind of fast. That didn't really take that long. And I just wanted to play with different colors that I don't normally play with, just to kind of play with different color combinations, a different look, a different vibe. You know what I feel would be so pretty is if I took that blue Morpho shade from Bodyography that I showed. I might go get it because I really feel like that could just be a nice little like pop in there. Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I put the blue Morpho in my inner corner. I literally just like dotted a little bit just to give like a little bit. You see that? That little like iridescence. And then I put some mascara on. And for my lips, I did Colourpop BFF3, a little bit of this MAC Patent Paint Lip Lacquer in the shade Painted Desert, which is a really pretty like peachy color, just a little bit. And then I did the Pat McGrath Peach Perversion lip gloss over because I wanted to like match my blush and just do something like kind of like nude, but a little bit more peachiness than like a typical like brown nude. So here's the finished look. I actually really like this. This is so out of the typical colors, the typical like shadow placement that I normally do, but I like it. And I think for me, the key to feeling comfortable wearing kind of a more unusual color combination and color placement on the eyes is keeping the rest of the makeup like very fresh and more within like my comfort zone. So I have like minimal base, peach, you know, for the lips and cheeks so that the eyes can stand out. But yeah, I really like this. I really like the Byredo palette. Like it's expensive, but I see myself getting use out of every single shade. And so I'm not really mad at eyeshadow palettes like that have a bunch of colors and not really any like transition shades, as long as all of the colors that it does have are colors that I would like to use and that I could see myself reaching for. And that's definitely the case thus far. Like, I'm so excited to play with that palette more. So please let me know if you want to see more looks out of it. Let me know if there's other color combinations that you would like to see. I'm going to show it one more time because it's just a really great palette. It's just really beautiful. So yeah, here we go. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. I've gotten some DMs on Instagram asking like, when am I going to be back on YouTube? And I'm like, I ain't never left YouTube. I mean, I kind of did leave it last year, but my goal is to be much more consistent this year. I have a goal of uploading 50 videos this year. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date whenever I upload. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.